Before I introduce our next guest, I want to tell you a story. He's a legend. His name is Benny Martin, and Benny is a fiddle player, and he's a very good one. And he's been with Roy Acuff and I think Flatt and Scruggs and so forth. But there's a story about Benny, and he's called Big Tig. And there's a story that he went to this nightclub one time, and he looked inside, and they were beating up on a friend of his. And he said, "Let Big Tig in there." He goes in, and some guy goes, "Flap." He said, "Let Big Tig out." Would you welcome Benny Martin? And he's going to be accompanied here by John Hartford. Here's Benny.
Your love is cold, that's the North Pole. I wish I knew someone who loved me like I love you. Oh, this morning when you went away, I've been wondering, dear, if you've gone to stay away. I see a pretty rainbow, oh, it reminds me I love you so, honey. I remember it, dear, when your heart was warm as fire. You said, "Tiger, I love you so." Now you're awful cold, your ice cold love. Ice cold love, is it right, John? Love is cold, that's North Pole. I wish I knew someone who loved me like I love you. This morning when you went away, I've been wondering, dear, if you've gone to stay away. I see a pretty rainbow, it reminds me I love you so, baby. I remember it, dear, when your heart was warm as fire. You said you loved me so, but now it's awful cold, your ice cold love. I've been wondering, dear, if you've gone to stay away. I see a pretty rainbow, it reminds me I love you so. I remember it, dear, when your heart was warm as fire. You said you loved me so, but now you're awful cold, your ice cold love.
Benny. Hello, Big Tig. Have a seat.
All right, thank you. I don't know. It's been a long time, but I've been waiting to get on your show for a long, long time.
Is that story true?
Well, it's about half true.
I've heard that story for 30 years. Let Big Tig in.
And let the Big Tig out. Well, let me tell you a little story about the way that went a little bit there. Years ago, I was fiddle playing for Bill Monroe, and there was a guy in his hometown by the name of Big Tiger up in Kentucky, and he told us a story about this big old boy, Bill did, in the car one day in about 1947, 48, and he said this guy went in the tavern and said he would on Saturday night get drunk, and of course get drunk, you know. He'd go in there and he said, "That's the Big Tie again." Said one Saturday night he went in there and said, "Let the Big Tie again." Some little bitty fella got a bottle and hit it right between the eyes. He said, "Let the Big Tie got that hurt." So now, I told this story after I went and left Bill and went on to Johnny and Jack and Kitty Wells and Sean Jackson, the big prankster. And he told Smiley Eddie Hill that story on me. Well, so this is real true. And Brother Eddie Hill was a DJ at the time,
Right.
that's him. And Eddie carried that story, said I was the man that happened to. Now, down through the years after all that happened, I have been slapped around the heat.
Oh, you have?
Yes. I've been hit in the head, under the head, on the bed, under the bed.
How many? So that's how that all got started.
Yes,
It didn't really happen.
that is, no, well, no, it really didn't happen, not at that time about me, but now it has happened.
All right. If I let you sit here, you're going to bury yourself, so I think I'll quit.